Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Geography. Which century? Manimal. The A's. Top 40 hitmakers. And book learnin'. Player 1, where do we start? Cities in this large South American country include Mendoza, Rosario, and Mar del Plata. Yes, Player 1? Good. We return to you. The Mabinogion is an important collection of myths and tales from this UK country. Yes, Player 1? Yes. Player 1. A castle built by Crusaders dominates the port of Kyrenia on this island nation near Lebanon. Yes, Player 1? Hey, you're right. Player 1, back to oil up with some serious sunscreen as you trek to Alice Springs, the center of this nation's vast red center. It's Player 1. Yeah, good. You get to pick again, Player 1. It's the only African country with port cities on both the Red Sea and the Mediterranean. Player 1? Yeah, good. Player 1, pick again. Columbus reached South America for the first time. Let's hear it, Player 2. Good. Player 2. John Smith came to Virginia to help found the Jamestown colony. Let's hear it, Player 1. Right. Where do we begin, Player 1? Let's get Jimmy's assistance on this.
Andrew Meikle invented the first threshing machine in this century.
Okay, Player 1. That's it. Player 1. The last emperor of China was forced to abdicate at the age of 6. Okay, Player 2. You are correct. Okay, let's get back in. The Magna Carta was signed, establishing a standard for the rule of law. Okay, Player 1. You got it. Player 1, start us. In a Rudyard Kipling story, one of these animals saves a family from a deadly cobra. It's Player 3. Right. Player 3, a rhesus or a macaque? Okay, Player 1. Good. Player 1. Of the 3 animals on Ontario, Canada's coat of arms, the one that fits the category. Let's hear it, Player 1. That is correct. Player 1. The scarlet species of this tropical flyer is known for its brilliant plumage and strong voice. Let's hear it, Player 3. You got it. A lot of clues, We're sure you'll just love Ondatra zebethicus, this rodent. Okay, player 2. Correct. Player 2, you're in command of the board as we continue right now. A liquid under pressure released through a nozzle as a spray or foam. Player 1. Good. Player 1, a recess or nook for something like a bookcase. Okay, player 2. Yeah! That's it. Player 2, to suspend a legal proceeding. Let's hear it, player 2. Good for you! Player 2, from the Greek for slope, it's to adjust to a new set of conditions. Player 1. Right. Player 1. Here's Kelly.
In seismic data, the maximum displacement of a seismic wave during one oscillation, here 23 millimeters, is referred to by this term.
Player 3. That's correct. Player 3, make a selection, please, as we continue. 12:30, young girls are coming to the canyon, and California Dreamin'. Player 2. You are correct. Player 2, Brother Love's Traveling Salvation Show, and Sweet Caroline. It's player 3. Good. Player 3, start us. What would you say? And Crash Into Me. Player 3. Yes. Select again. Saturday Night Special and woo! Free Bird. Okay, player 2. Yeah! Good. A lot of clues. Harry Truman and 25 or 6 to 4. It's player 1. Right. Player 1, you're in command of the board. Her Little Women appeared in 1868. A mere 127 years later, her A Long Fatal Love Chase arrived. Yes, player 2. Yes! All right, let's get back in. In addition to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, he wrote an 1887 story on the Civil War, North Against South. Let's hear it, player 3. Good. Player 3, start us. Answer, the Daily Double. Player 3, you're in last place, but here's an opportunity to please enter your wager. Here is your Daily Double clue. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others, in a 1945 book by this author. Congratulations, you've moved up to second place. Player 3, in 1840, he hit a bumpo in the road and penned The Pathfinder. Yes, player 2. Yes! Here's the $1,000 clue for you. In 1863, this Russian wrote The Cossacks, a short novel based on his travels with the army. Okay, player 2. Yes. Okay, we have player 2 in third place, which means that player 2 will go first in the Double Jeopardy round. And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories. Did you plan it that way? Classic Kids Lit. College football coaching legends. It happened on April 2nd. You are so foxy. And fashion. Player 2, you're in command of the board as we continue right now. Orbiting at about 67 million miles, it's the second planet from the Sun. Let's hear it, player 1. Hey, you're right. Where do we begin, player 1? Its moon, Ganymede, is the largest in the solar system. Player 3? Right. Player 3? The least dense planet in the solar system. It would actually float if you could find a big enough tub to put it in. It's player 3. Yes. In 2005, NASA experimented with a low-pressure greenhouse to grow plants on this carbon dioxide-rich planet. Let's hear it, player 1. Yes. Player 1. In 1781, it became the first planet discovered in modern times. It's player 1. That's it. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. This story begins, all children except one grow up. Player 3? Correct. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. In a novel by Frances Hodgson Burnett, 7-year-old Cedric Errol inherits a title and is known as Little Lord This. Let's hear it, player 2. Correct. Player 2, where do we... This classic is the first book in Madeleine L'Engle's Time Quartet. Okay, player 2. That's correct. Please pick again. Player 2 completes the title of a classic about an African-American family, Roll of Thunder. Yes, player 3. That's it. Player 3, start us. The Black Pearl and Island of the Blue Dolphins are 2 classics by him. Okay, player 1. Right. Player 1, start us. Woody Hayes, 1951 to 1978. Let's hear it, player 2. Correct. A lot of clues, a lot of... Bo Schembechler, 1969 to 1989. Okay, player 1. Right. Where do we begin, player 1? Answer. The first of the daily doubles. And you have the lead. What are you going to wager? Answer. Tom Osborne, 1973, 1997. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Player 1, choose again. Bobby Bowden, 1976 to 2009. Okay, Player 2.
Yeah!
That's it. Okay, let's get back into this. Vince Dooley, 1964 to 1988. Let's hear it, Player 3. Correct. All right, let's get back into this. Player 3, 1865. Jefferson Davis and most of his cabinet flee this capital city. It's Player 3. You are correct. Please pick again. 1917. He asks the U.S. Congress for a declaration of war on Germany. Okay, Player 3. Yes. Select again. 1810. He marries Archduchess Marie-Louise of Austria. Let's hear it, Player 3. That's correct. We return to you, Player 3. 1930. He is proclaimed the Emperor of Ethiopia. Yes, Player 3. Good. Please pick again, Player 3. 1453. Mehmed II begins his siege of this city. It would fall 8 weeks later. Yes, Player 2. Yes. Player 2, you start. In a practice routine for typists, this critter jumps over the lazy dog. Player 1. That is correct. Player 1, make a selection, please. J.J. Dickinson and M. Jeff Thompson were each called this Francis Marion nickname of the Confederacy. Let's hear it, Player 3. Good. Where do we begin, Player 3? Around 1650, George Fox founded this religious group. Player 3. Hey, you're right. Player 3, pick again. Answer, the second Daily Double. You are currently in second place. What are you going to wager? All right, here's your clue. It immediately precedes golf in the NATO phonetic radio alphabet. You are now in first place. We return to you, Player 3. The foxglove plant is the main source of this medicine, used as a stimulant in damaged heart tissue. Player 2. Right. All right, let's get back into this. Player 2 has control of the board. This Western-type tie made with a cord and a sliding clasp is also called a shoelace tie. It's Player 3. Correct. All right, let's get back in. In 1966, this Algerian-born designer opened a series of boutiques called Rive Gauche. Let's hear it, Player 1. That is correct. Player 1, start us. These pants for women came down to just below the knee and were named for their common use in bicycling. It's Player 1. Yes. We return to you, Player 1. Several years before his topless bathing suits were the rage in 1964, women were buying his tube dresses. Player 1? That's correct. And now the $2,000 clue. This Spaniard opened his house in 1915 and counted the Duchess of Windsor and Princess Grace among his clients. It's Player 2. Good for you. Good game. All of you will continue on to play Final Jeopardy when we return. Time to get ready for Final Jeopardy. And today the category is this: U.S. Presidents. What are you going to wager? Here you are, players, the Final Jeopardy clue. He's the only U.S. president who never lived in the District of Columbia. What did you say? And this correct response will add how much to your score? What did you put as your response? With that correct response, you will gain. And your response? With that correct response, you will gain. You've come out ahead as our champion, Player 2. Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time.